Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbecker here. I just wanted to do a quick video on the Eos Alts. So most people outside of the EOS ecosystem, I would say if not, a majority of them, have no idea that there are dozens and dozens of EOS projects being built on top of EOS that you can also invest in and that are part of the crypto community as a whole, and some of them may be wildly successful. This is a chance to kind of double dip. So if you are invested into EOS and then you invest into a project that is successful on EOS, both will benefit and appreciate in price from the other. And I just think that that's a win-win that a lot of people aren't taking into account. So this is not any advice for investments or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you what I have done. And what I've done is taken a small position. And when I say small, I mean $100 or less, and in some cases, and basically put a bet that some of these little tiny projects with extremely small market caps could one day in the future, rival a successful business, or could rival, some of the other larger crypto projects once trillions of dollars are poured into this market. So some of the EOS alts that I've got my eye on are Vig Token. It is the token for the Shintai platform. It's got a lot of tokenomics like Binance Coin, BNB, so that really got my interest. I'm just going to go quick through these. I'm not going to, explain the details of all of them. Another one that I have a small position in is Vigor stablecoin with the Vig token, and it's basically like MakerDAO, and it's got like a similar setup to that, except this was is being built by ex-Wall Street people who know the financial ins and outs of a lot of things. So I definitely was interested in something like that. Also Wax. Wax is the World Asset Exchange, so it's like being able to trade skins or like different colored guns in video games, and also like trading cards. All different kinds of things will happen on there, and they actually try to do they tried to work on Ethereum and they couldn't do it. They had to come to EOS just to be able to operate. So I found that very interesting. Also, Emanate is a token that's going to be used for a music streaming platform. So you'll be able to directly get paid as an artist directly from being able to listen. So like if I were to listen to a song, if I only listened to 15 seconds of the song, that artist could get paid for those 15 seconds. And they just came out with a Visa credit card that links directly to that, so artists will be able to get paid directly on their credit card, be able to spend directly from the streaming. And then they go into all the traditional markets like Spotify and Pandora and iTunes, and they're going to be advertising all on there. So I think that there's a serious opportunity there. Also Challenge Token, CHL, and that's ran by Kent and Chase Escom. They built it out, and it's basically on the blockchain. You make a challenge and put a reward for a geolocation challenge to be completed, and they're constantly updating and innovating the app And since it started, I've seen them do tons of work and just put a ton of effort into it. And I just think that it has a chance with, especially like major influencers like FaZe Rug or even Mr. Beast, to be able to put a challenge out on the blockchain and then, you know, interact with their followers and stuff. So I think a real opportunity there. I also like Eos DAC, which is a decentralized autonomous corporation built on top of Eos. It's kind of like the Eos Foundation type of thing. I really like what they're doing, and they were actually the first airdrop on Eos, and I encourage you to look into the stuff that they're doing, because they're really set to make a difference. And you know, those kinds of things are the projects that I'm looking to take small positions in case they're very successful. You know, I'll literally be able to double dip with Eos. I also think that Vig Token with Liquid Apps is going to be huge, and it is basically doing what Chainlink is doing, which is you know, inter blockchain communication in a more centralized or decentralized way. So they're, with Liquid Apps, you can basically run an application on top of it and create tons of Eos accounts and all be paid for and being used by the Liquid Apps main contract. So your users will have free use of whatever you're providing. And you know, I didn't give a super amount of detail or, you know, a super understanding in detail of what each of these are, but I encourage you to, if you're interested, to go take a look at what they have to offer and what they actually are, and you know, see. I talk about, you know, just a lunch money. You know, if you're going to go spend $10, you know, at McDonald's, which I don't encourage you to do, but if that's you know, you spend $10 on lunch, why not bring your lunch one day and put $10 into one of these Eos Alts that, you know, have a real working product, have a real working team behind them, and have a vision that when Eos gets successful, they could be wildly successful. And you could turn lunch money, you know, into a new house. You could turn lunch money into, you know, all the vacations for a year. Like anything that you're wanting to do, you could achieve that, you know, with just not very much money right now. And many people aren't taking that into account or acting on it. So I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this helped. This is not investment advice, just some of the stuff that I'm looking at and I'm doing. And appreciate you watching. Stoffel Baker out.